Thank you so much.
If you know these words, repeat out to me. Get up, stand up.
Get up, stand up.
Stand up for your right.
Stand up for your right.
Get up, stand up.
Get up, stand up.
Don't give up the fight.
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 Dear Mr. President, tell me what to do. These brothers acting up in the hood.
More troops.
Said,
More troops.
hey, let me just say something real quick. My spirit is heavy. I got two things to speak about, but they asked me to do it in two separate sections. So I'll speak about Kendrick and then come up later. You ain't got to go to Missouri to get some of that good old police brutality. They got that right here in GA. Oh, I'm talking about Ariston Waiters. I'm talking about Dontre Williams, Jotavius Stafford. We can run the list down, on and on. All around the world, the same song. You know, I'm the founder of Reverend Al Sharpton's National Action Network here in Atlanta. That don't get talked about too much. The reason I bring that up is because I love my brothers and sisters who are in the civil rights movement. But the older I get, I'm starting to step over to this black nationalism side just a little bit more. Power to the people! Power to the people! Power to the people! And this ain't no disrespect because that's part of the problem, the divide. So I'm one of those little Negroes that just walks inside of both rooms. Everybody gets surprised when I'm in each room. But the time is now. I don't care if you white collar, blue collar, no collar. I don't care if you atheist or holy apostle. I don't care if you comrade, soldier, or brethren. I'm the father of two sons, ages 20 and 8. Both of them understand what's going on right now. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Kendrick Johnson has only got 5 minutes. It always amazes me how Kendrick Johnson case started out with big figures attached to it. Then all of a sudden other cases came along and they were sexier. Other shootings, other killings came along and they were sexier. Say that. Then it depended upon who was actually close to the family that made others less attractive to it. Oh, see, I'm going in deep with what happens behind the curtains, which is part of the problem why things ain't amplified when they should be. Kendrick Johnson, right here in Valdosta, Georgia. Went to school January 10th, wearing a book bag. Wheeled out of the gymnasium of Lowndes County High School in a body bag.
And then burned down
the corner. Took 6 hours for the coroner to be called to the school. Sheriff Prime down in that neck of the woods said the cause of death was positional asphyxia. Said it was an accident. But listen up, fellas and sisters, because this is about Mike Brown, but it's systemic. It's systemic in nature. Follow me, because I bounce back and forth. The problem ain't just with Mike Brown Darren Wilson being the shooter. The problem is the system that covers the shooter. So as I'm here to talk about Kendrick Johnson, we got black faces in high places. We got black faces sitting next to the black faces in high places. We'll do something about rectifying the system and the rest will fall. Yes! Kendrick Johnson. The sheriff made a stupid mistake by saying that it was an accident before the autopsy report was even completed. Like the young folks say, where they do that at?
Where they do that at?
Where do they do that at?
Yeah.
For y'all older folks, that means, why would they do that? Right? Well, what would make them do that? The family had to fight tooth and nail to exhume their son's remains. And if anybody's got any knowledge of that, all you got to do is have the money. You can move your family's remains anytime you want to. They tried to keep Kendrick buried in the ground. Because when they dug him up, the truth came out the earth. Two things got discovered when they exhumed his body for a second autopsy. The first thing was conflicting autopsy reports. The second autopsy said blunt force trauma. Well, we didn't know that. We just had to validate that. But to make matters worse, Kendrick was missing every major organ in his body. Brain, heart, lungs, liver, gone.
Eyes, tongue, throat.
Kendrick wasn't an organ donor. Kendrick's parents didn't say donate his organs for scientific research. And Kendrick was missing his tongue and windpipe. So for those of us that have been screaming justice for Kendrick Johnson, if you read the front page of this AJC 2 Saturdays ago, we've been told you Kendrick got into a fight with a student whose father was an FBI agent. We've been told you that, but you weren't listening. The FBI agent has 2 sons, a younger one that got his behind whooped by Kendrick, and an older one who was one of the wrestlers of Lowndes County High School. AJC just reported that target letters were sent to the family of this FBI agent, which is called the Bell family, sent to the father and the 2 sons, informing them that they were the target of the federal grand jury investigation. Make some noise for that. Make some noise so the Johnson family can hear you for that. The Bell family puts insult to injury. The mama says, what do you think my son did? You think he hijacked the bus that took them on a wrestling match, went back and killed Kendrick? Well, we just dismantled that alibi just last week. If you saw the news, with Mr. and Mrs. Johnson standing bold and as proud as can be, we got the log record from Lowndes County High that shows the wrestling team was still on school campus that day, which totally dissects that mama's alibi.
It didn't go nowhere.
Oh, let me take it a step further. See, I don't think some of y'all realize local sheriffs are cool with local GBI agents. Local GBI agents are then cool with local FBI agents. And when you come to a small town in Valdosta, that's heavy. We might be right here. We might be right here in Atlanta, Georgia. But if you take your behind 30 minutes any direction, you in Georgia, Jack. You in Red Clay, Georgia. So as I get ready to pass this mic and later come back and tell you about another case, I want you to understand, when you see this family of Kendrick Johnson, Miss Jackie and Mr. Kenneth Johnson, you salute them and you give them homage, because when people turn their back on them, they will stand as strong knowing that before long, this story will be the top story across the nation. It's systemic. You knock off the head and the body falls. Justice for Kendrick Johnson.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.